Hey everyone, Game Mode Zed here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this, a modern gas station slash filling station slash petrol station. So basically, one of the things I really like about Minecraft is the challenge of trying to recreate modern architecture, because it can look quite crummy in a lot of cases, or at least it's a bit of a challenge. So I did my little attempt here to hopefully create something that's somewhat aesthetically pleasing. So basically, what I'll do is I'll just give you a quick view of everything. So we've got the actual pumps here, and here is a car wash. That good, that sort of good stuff there. This side is actually the entry, and we also have a store, and yes, all kinds of goodies in here, little storage room. But instead of just going over everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild this thing, or copy it basically. And as I build it, I'll basically talk about all the kind of ideas I had and why I did things the way they were. So I mapped everything out. This is a huge area. I forgot exactly how much it is, but it must be like 60 or 70 blocks this way, maybe more than that. So yeah, you got to give yourself a good amount of space for something like this. But I think it's worth it. And yeah, let's just start building right away. So the first thing I did is actually start like right here. This is the first thing I did, was these pumps. Might have been over there, but nevertheless, this is what we're working with here. So these are the pumps. So let's actually get all the stuff in our hotbar to make things a little bit easier. So we'll have a lever here, button. We already got the white and black concrete, item frame, this thing. Yeah, this will get us started here. A lot of this stuff is just eyeballing it, right? So that's what I did here. So let's just do this. So it's like too wide here. Then we do this. We have a little bit of an overhang. It just kind of depends what you want to do. But this is there's a few pumps that have like a bit of a stylistic thing going on. These are supposed to be like the pumps here, or rather the nozzles. Sorry. The screen and one button where you can choose your octane number. And then we do the same thing on this side as well. So I think that looks quite all right. I just remembered something. Oh yes, and then you know how they have some bins and stuff going on? So we can put that here as well. Just if you throw away whatever garbage you have in your car, or those rags you want, to check your engine oil, that sort of thing. Okay, so as I'm making this thing, or making all these pumps here, so you might want to consider some other designs as well. Sometimes the levers, or the nozzles rather, can be on the side. So depending on what era or what style of gas station you want to do, that can obviously all be customized to whatever your preference is there. And of course, there's all kinds of different layouts as well. So, oh, that's the wrong way around. At least I want to have it this way. So, sometimes it's just like one line going all the way down. Some have 3 pumps all like in rows like this, and you have multiple. So it's just all up to you how you want to do it. And you can have I think a good bit of fun just customizing it. All right, so that's all looking good. By the way, this is spaced. There's like 7 between here. Or actually, it's 8 if you don't count the bucket here, or rather the trash bin. So, so basically, now what we have to do is actually let's get some of the other things. So we want to have some carpets. We also want the note block. So that's basically just where you know those stands they have where you can buy your overpriced washer fluid and engine oil. So yeah, so basically it's just that sort of stuff. We already have the carpet and another little. Oh yeah, this is definitely what we need here. This right here, the iron bars. So basically, this is just like a little of a detail thing. In my mind, it's like a hose. I know doesn't connect, but you know, you can use your imagination for that sort of thing. So let's just go boop and just do that all the way around. So that's the pump all done. So now what I'm going to do is basically just cover this in carpet. So the reason it's carpeted, basically what it's supposed to be is, okay, hold on. I just realized something. Let's put light gray concrete underneath those here, because that grass will show through, won't it? So let's just do that real quick. But yeah, basically what this is supposed to be, this little frame, I guess you could say, around this, or all these carpets here around framing the pumps. It's like a little curb. Half slabs seemed a little severe, I guess. I think they're a little bit too tall, so they also add a little bit of texture, I guess. Everything's really smooth, so this way, I guess there's a bit of visual interest going on. And one other thing with gas stations is that they're very lit up, I guess. So something we could do here is, this is a bit expensive, you could use torches, obviously, but you can throw in some sort of light source underneath these things here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. You also want to put in these here. And yeah, let's just, since we're in creative, we're just going to completely go ham with the lighting, I guess. Why not? We can afford these things here if it's not survival. I mean, if you have like a guardian farm, I guess that would work out. So let's just cover this all up. Let's just actually change it to night. So what's that again? Time set. There we go. Yeah, so you can see how well lit it is. There, that's a good example there of the finished product. So it's nice and bright. So that'll aid with keeping everything nice and bright as well. So I'm just going to finish this off with these pumps here as well. Okay, so that's all done. I think that's looking quite all right. You'll notice this little ring we have here, and then in the finished product here, you can see there's this light gray concrete powder, and everything else is the gray, oh no, sorry, this is the concrete block. This is, of course, gray concrete powder, so to look like asphalt. So basically the whole point of this little ring around here is, if you look in real life in gas stations, it's actually concrete. So the reason for that is, if you have fuel, there's always a bit of dribble on, that happens, and with in long-term exposure, at least with asphalt, what happens is that it actually kind of starts crumbling. No, let's not have rain. And then it's not very durable over time at all. So anybody who's had a fuel leak on their driveway will know exactly what I'm talking about. It kind of eats away at the tar, I guess, and all that good stuff. All the things that keep that all nice and bonded together. So basically, in real life, it's all concrete, and that takes away that issue, makes it's much more durable and resistant to spills. So that's why what I'm going to do here is replicate that in this build, and then all of this here, of course, is going to be this asphalt looking stuff here. And the gray concrete powder is a pretty good simulation for that sort of thing. If you really want to go like detail heavy, you can always put in like bits of gravel and maybe other things, other more rocky textures to maybe replicate a bit of a crummy road, I guess. But I wanted to make it look all nice and fresh and pristine, so it's just going to be this texture here. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fill in everything here. So, and that's a process nobody really needs to see. So we're just going to skip ahead, and once this is all done here, this part here, the concrete by the pumps, whoops, then we'll start building the roof. Okay, so now we have the last few bits all finished up here on the concrete. Just in case you're wondering, I've spaced this out to be 1, 2, 3 out, and then 1 this way on each end. So that just gives enough space for cars to be there. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's on to the roof. Now, this was this is like eyeballing it basically. Like if you look at some of the distances, they're all I've all done it like here, 4 blocks to the post, and then 4 as well on this side. But because of this protrusion here, it existing on only the side, it means that the roof like isn't exactly centered. But you know, I think that's fine, because you'll be surprised if you just start observing this sort of stuff in real life, how a lot of it doesn't line up. So like, look at these lights here. They line up here, they line up there, but then it's like 3 blocks between these lights here, and then it's only 2 between this, but it is 3 between this as well as these lights here. So yeah, I think that's fine though. I think the first thing we should do is, well, we have to put these tops on, which we haven't done yet, and we need to get some new items. So we need to use the iron block, which is a very expensive item indeed, and also the iron trapdoor. So we're going to be using that, and then we can still use our concrete for other stuff here. So let me just see how much I went out. Yeah, so it's like 4 out in each direction. Yes, yep. And then like an extra 5th block, which is the facade, I guess. And then we'll extend it a bit that way as well. So let's start that right now. Ah, it's raining again. Okay, there we go. As you can see from my chat here, that's I've been dealing with rain for a while now. Let's also make this day now, just because we'll look at lighting a little bit later on. Okay, so let's put the tops on. Make sure not to accidentally do this. I've done that. That's a bit of a pain. All right. And then now come the iron blocks. So the reason I chose them is because I think it adds a little bit of a different look. So it's, you know, it breaks up the monotony of just having the white concrete, for basically everything. So at least there's a bit of an interesting detail going on, I guess. So we'll just add these in, and we'll count out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that to all the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. There we go. We don't need to do that there. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And lastly, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we can do is basically just observe one more fact here, and that is that there's a lip on the bottom, right? So that means the block that's right next to this is the red concrete. So we're going to go around with that block. And of course, we got to keep in mind, I'm silly. This is up to the little building shop thing. So of course, we don't really need to have the roof stop here. It'll just connect. So yep, we'll just go like this. So we'll just go all the way around to have a frame, I guess. And at the same time, what I'll also do is fill in all of the iron blocks as well, and then I'll cut to that being done. But before I do that, I just realized that I made this marker completely wrong. So the building is not extending out as much as it's supposed to. So, but that's all right. You know, if it ends up being slightly different, that's fine. We can always just eyeball that back into shape. Okay, so the last few blocks are in. This is what we're met with now. But that makes a huge difference actually in terms of the appearance. So the thing we should be doing now is focus on the lighting. And I think my advice is here not to worry about too much, about where everything is placed, like I mentioned earlier. So You know, I align myself by the posts, which these pumps are the posts. Sometimes, or a lot of times, some other gas stations have like separate columns that support the roof, but a lot of Petro-Canada stations actually just like the post is built in to the pump somehow. So that's kind of the look that I'm going for there. So I just put some sea lanterns there. What I did is I was like, yeah, I'll just put some here at the end as well. Actually, a good thing to do is set it to night if you're in creative. So let's set that to, there we go. So we can see how well lit that is. Let's do that here again. So this way the lights at least have some sort of logic, even if they don't always follow the correct pattern or what one might expect to be the correct pattern. So we'll have some more lights here as well as here. See here, there's the 2 block space and 3 block space again. And then we just put the iron trapdoors right here. And I think that's a pretty decent look. Whoops, let's get that fixed. Oh wow, okay. There we go. Well, now you don't see that much of the swirling either of the sea lantern, so that's always good. And I think that's looking pretty decent here. And we'll do the same thing in all of these. When it comes to the lights in front of the building, I'm just gonna do that once I put the windows in, I guess. So then we can have like a bunch of lights that follow, I guess, the entrance of this. So it'll make it look a bit more interesting. Another thing we could do is the sign. So basically, I just did a little thing like this, and then these are actually redstone blocks, so they power the iron doors, so they're actually shut, and they don't mess up too much of the look. So this is another good reason to go with a red design, because then you don't see the redstone blocks there. So just oh, it aligns with this. That's handy. And then we just do this. Ah, that's wrong. Yes, this is what it should have been. Okay, and then we just put the trapdoors on here. That's looking quite alright. We'll do the same thing on the other side too. And then trapdoors, there we go. And then the trapdoors, you know, this just suggests that there's text or some sort of logo or something. So, you know, it's a lot of times with Minecraft, it's like, you know, just imagine you're squinting at it. And if it looks all right when you're squinting, I'm like, yeah, that looks like the real deal, then it's fine. Gotta have some imagination with this sort of stuff here. And then the very top is, as you can see here, it's just black carpet. And the good thing there is that the lighting will both go through. I mean, I think it looks all right. It, you know, it doesn't really matter. But the, rain, be gone. So, and then we also fill up the roof with this to avoid spawning, basically. But I guess the light also helps because nothing will spawn here. Something might spawn there, but you know, you can always put carpet on these, I guess, as well. But I won't bother doing that at the moment. So I will basically off camera just fill that in, and next we will start working on this thing here. Okay, so let's work on the building next. So as you can see, oh, wow, okay, thanks. I need that. Thank you. So basically, as I said, we're going to work on the building. It's basically just extending this by 3 blocks on each side. And this is like 19 blocks this way. So, you know, that was more eyeballing it again. Yeah, let me just fill in all of the walls here. And then for the interior, I decided to make things a little bit different. So instead of just doing flat floor, I think we need a little bit something, whatever this material's called, quartz. There we go. Wow, that was hard. So I'm just going to fill that in, and I'm going to do the building here. So by the way, on the building on the top, there's nothing super amazing about this. It's the same sort of thing, except there's like a ridge or whatever you call that going on one block in, and that way it's just you know, a little something different. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering what that is, a lot of times when they fill up the gas, like from a tanker truck, it's I've noticed that it's like a separate little pad, and they have got these little hatches where they attach the pipe to. So yeah, that's basically what that's all about. And I guess since we're here, might as well just finish that detail off here. It actually was bothering me, so that's better. All right, so I'll build the rest of the walls there, and then we'll start going in the interior and filling in some lights there, as well as the lights that go up here. Okay, so the building is all up. I've got the interior basics all done. I've got the lights here. I figured I'd just show them here instead of covering them up like I did here. So it just gives a bit of variety. Also, you'll notice the roof here is one lower. I figured this looks more like an interior if the ceiling isn't too high. So that gives a variation on that as well. Again, the lights don't line up perfectly. It's, you know, 2 gap here and then 3 block gap here, and it just continues on until, oh, that's 2 as well. What? But then it's okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. No worries. So basically, what we'll do now is the entrance here, and something that I like, I think it's time to put in the asphalt here, I think, is this entrance here. I'm happy with how that turned out. So banners, by the way, are a thing as well. So that's like, you know, like posters and promotional material, that sort of thing. So that's why that's there. So I guess we could do that. And there's a rubbish bin again. So let's oh yeah, I guess I need glass, right? That's what I was talking about. The glass. So this looks a bit like a glass entrance, and because the panes don't connect if there's nothing beside it, so it kind of stops at the middle, I guess you could say, there's actually a bit more space to go through than just one block. I guess it's technically 2 because it's half. So I think that's quite snazzy looking. And you can also experiment with what types of glass you want to use. So you don't need to use just the regular see-through glass. You can use this somewhat bluish glass as well. Glass, I mean. And yeah, light blue stained glass is what I use here. And because like with buildings, lots of them are tinted in weird ways. I've seen greenish glass. That doesn't look that great. I'm a bit more of a fan of this, and it adds also a little bit of color, which is nice. So we'll just do that. Yeah, that connects here, but we'll leave the other bits open. There we go. That's a good entrance. Here. No, that's wrong, isn't it? Is it? No, that's fine. Rubbish bin was about here. Yeah, we should probably start, you know, adding all of this good stuff here. And maybe an entrance mat here. That sort of thing. And then we'll get to doing the interior as well. This is the part I'm least proud of, the interior here. But I guess it gets the point across. It looks a bit like a library. But like these are supposed to be cooler, like those fridges or freezers or whatever, you know, books and stuff. And then the shelves here are just trapdoors, that sort of thing. I added a bit on top just to hide the wood. So I think that looks all right. And this is just the counter here. Quartz stairs for the cash registers, and more shelves. And yeah, that's just like this. So I don't think I need to show how to build that. That's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, this room, I got to put this room in as well. And here we have a different floor, polished andesite, different colors of wood for different boxes, like cardboard, I guess. So you have to use your imagination there. And then we've got these shelves with nothing on it. And And then we just got to add this, as well as these parts of the back here. So the dumpster as well as the air conditioning unit. So yeah, let's just do that right now. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right. Ah, great. I don't have this block. Now I do. I didn't need to fly back technically. 1, 2, 3. Let's just go like that. Knock a hole in here. There we go. That's good. I gotta do the ground. It's starting to not look so great. And let's get this as well as... Ah, rain again. What else do we need? This. The iron bars. So this is like an air conditioning unit. How did it do this? It's just a block that goes like this. Go up. Oh, that's wrong. Like this. There we go. That makes it look a little bit more interesting, I think. I just realized that this gas station doesn't have a toilet, but oh well. Just gotta go somewhere else, I guess. Not sure if this is the best thing for a floor, but... You know, I wanted to use a darker tile-like texture, so this, I think, works alright. It's not too bad. And, we need to get some... Nope, not elytra. Gotta get this trapdoor as well as... yes, so we'll take spruce and the oak wood planks here, so that should be quite alright. Go a bit like this. There we go. Something like that. I think that looks fine. And then, oh, I just realized I reversed this. Huh. Oh, that's fine. Well, in this version, it's going to be here. You know, no reason to be too picky about this sort of stuff. There we go. Boxes here. Shelves here. Oh yeah, no doors, eh? So let's put those in as well. All right, major update time. So I've done a lot of stuff. Oh wow, I missed something quite substantial actually. This asphalt right here. Okay, so let's just get that all sorted. Whoops, I kind of missed that. But yeah, other than this spot here that I'm dealing with right now, it's all been completed here. The interior of the store, the filling in of the proper ground blocks as well. And I'll show you what else we've done here. We go into the store. I don't think it matches that exactly. Well, we already know it doesn't match in the storage room, so this is more or less kind of where I put everything. You know, all that sort of stuff is you can be flexible with anyway, so no worries. The only thing we got to do now is do this over here, which is like these things where you pump up your tires, I guess. So here, and then, whoops. Here, concrete block. Oh, well, I guess we should probably hold shift while we do that. There we go. A doohickey here, doohickey there. And just a button. I don't know, just... there it is. But now we gotta do this thing right here, which is the car wash, and I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. I think out of all the buildings or parts of this specific build, I think this is the one that came out, at least the one I'm most proud of anyways. I think it came out the best. So let's just fill that in. Let's try to build it off memory. Let's do that. Not, we can just take a quick peek over there. Okay, so that's 4 blocks tall. It goes something like that. Oh my god, this weather. There we go. So now we just gotta add this a bit of color in here. Red or whatever you choose to put in here instead. So basically we're just replicating kind of what's going on there. And just for variety, I put in a different roof. So we'll just do this. And then we put in this. There we go, that's looking pretty good now. So next we'll do the brushes that scratch your car. So, oh, I typed in wheel. Wool. It's the wheel cleaner, so I wanted to do so that for some reason I wanted to type that in. Okay, so put that in here. There we go, I think that looks alright. And then somewhere here, we did this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's almost like a nether portal, except it's a portal of cleanliness. Okay, and then we do some hoppers. And just put them on the top here. Ah, yes. Okay, now we got to do the dispenser thing for drying the car. And so that's trip hooks I used. And then the swing. Yes, so put that here. Hi there. There we go. Get a kick out of that. And then we do bone meal. Okay, so we've got bone meal here and here. So now get cleaned. We also got to have some windows going on here, so let's do that real quick here. Ah, okay, right. Perhaps we want to do this. Yes, that's better. And this is a pretty simple shape. I mean, it's just the box with some openings at the end and then the window on one side. Nothing too spectacular. And just like we did over there, want to maybe put in some iron bars as well, just for some extra fun. And rod, we need that as well. That's a fancy item. 1, 2, 3. That on there. Go, whoa! And let's put that in on this side as well. And there we go. That's how to build a modern gas station. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You know, whether you want to build this the exact same way or close to it, or, you know, just maybe take some certain bits of it and apply it to your own style, you know, whatever you want to do, that's cool. You know, as long as this serves as an inspiration to what you want to do, that's a good thing. And hopefully this was a fun video to watch. And if you want to see more, you can always subscribe. I've got a couple more ideas, and if you've got some ideas yourself, just let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.